From a point 235 meters from the base of a cliff, the angle of elevation to the cliff top is 25 degrees. Find the height of the cliff. So this, if you draw a diagram and you know what angle of elevation means and you get your diagram right, it becomes a very simple sort of soccer tower problem. Otherwise, it's a very, well, impossible problem to tackle, really. So what we need to do is draw a nice diagram. We need a little cliff, and we're going to need something to represent an angle of elevation. So that can be our cliff, something like that. And then we need to be at a point 235 meters from that base. So we're going to pick a point, probably over here. And then we know the angle of elevation is 25 degrees, and we know this is 235 meters away. So if I draw this line here, that is 235 meters. It's 235 meters from the base of the cliff. And it says the angle of elevation. Now, angle of elevation means the angle of turn. So basically, it means the angle that you need to imagine your head is looking horizontally from that point to the base of the cliff. Is how much will you have to turn your head through? How much of an angle would you need to turn your head through to then be looking at the top? So it's an angle of turn, and it's the straight line to the cliff. It means this angle here is your 25 degrees. That's the angle of elevation, the angle of turn to go from the horizontal so that you've got a straight line going to the object in question. So, and the question is, what is the height of the cliff? So the height can be our x here. And we know as one line is horizontal, the 235, and as the height is the vertical thing, we know we have a right angle there. Right? So once you've got that situation, you can see, I hope you can see, a right angle triangle. You've got one side, you've got one angle, and you need another side, right? So that is soccer tower. Sine, cos, tan, it's HOA, ring, ring, right? So we're going to start with H, the long side, opposite the right angle. So here's the right angle. So opposite the right angle must be this one, H. O, remember, is opposite the angle in the question. The angle in the question is the one that we're going to use. It's the 25 degrees. So the 25 degrees is at this point. Imagine we're going away from this. It's going to be the X is the O. And then A is just the other side, and it's the other one there, right? So you've got your HOA, now you need your ring, ring. Decide which two sides are involved. Well, the 235 is something that we have, or we're going to use. The X, or H, you could have called it for height, is what we've been asked for, so we need to find it, so it's definitely involved. So OA is tower, and tower means 10, and tower means tan angle equals O over A, right? So tan angle equals O over A. So the angle is 25 equals O. Well, O is X over A. A is the 235. So now we need to solve this for X and make X the subject. We are going to want to get rid of that 235, so we're going to multiply by it. So that is going to say, just go down a bit. So that is going to say X equals 235 times tan 25. That's going to give us our X. So we go to the calculators. The first thing you should do, make sure you are in degree mode. So shift menu on the Casio. I am in degree mode at deg. Remember, if that says rad, you need to make it say deg. And if you're in an exam, there's a good chance it will say rad because I will have reset it. So just in the normal calculator, I need to do 235 times tan 25. And that gives me 109.58. 109.5822. 997. Remember, you don't have to write the whole thing, but I wouldn't advise rounding before you've written it down. taking the pressure off yourself. If you write the long number and then round it, it's just a good exam tip, really. Okay, so I'm just going to round this to 3 significant figures. Remember, we're finding the height of the cliff. So x equals 110 meters to 3 significant figures. You should always look at your diagram and see if it looks sensible, and it's certainly, you would expect x, that diagram is not bad actually, you would expect x to be smaller than the 235, so, but it doesn't look so small that it's ridiculous. I think it's still quite a high cliff, 110 meters.